Everson Griffen is one of my favorite all-time Vikings. Just the heart and passion and energy he always brings. Where you can tell when dudes have fake energy, or when they're just like trying to put on a front, and be like, "Oh, this is what a leader does." But now Everson never had any of that. Everything he said, all the loudness, all the speeches, everything was 100% genuine. And we talked about his passion for the game. Like Everson would play the game in an empty parking lot for $10 and a ham sandwich, which with the Rona and reduced salary cap, maybe that will be 2020 football. But regardless, Duke can still bring it. And this Vikings team is in need of some leadership on the defensive side of the ball. And Everson, the Vikings, they need to work this out. They need to run it back. So recap, Everson 2018. Missed 5 games due to some mental health issues. Was able to come back this season, play pretty well. And the last offseason restructured his deal to remain a Viking. But also, they put in the caveat that he was able to opt out of his contract if he had hit a couple statistical thresholds, which he hit both of them. Had a great season. Started every game except for week 17, the whatever exhibition against the Bears. Put up 41 tackles, 70 pressures, 8 sacks, plus a sack and a half versus the Saints in that big-time wildcard win. He could still bring it. He can absolutely still get after it. 32 years old, opted out of his deal. Vikings probably would have cut him anyway with the eye to potentially bring him back. But he said his goodbye via Instagram, which, again, he could have actually meant that. But I actually think that could have been a negotiating ploy by his agent told him to do that. So we'll see. He went and checked out free agency, had some interest from Seattle. Former college coach Pete Carroll back at USC is still doing things up in the Northwest. And I mean, Seattle, maybe that door was open, but they could still bring back Clowney. Plus they drafted Tennessee's edge rusher Darrell Taylor at 48 overall, which a little bit high, but yeah, whatever. So they may be set at edge, and the market has been pretty tepid. It has been a really weird free agency cycle. The corona is a big part of it. Teams ideally would like to do some medical checks on a 32-year-old to begin with, but also throw in the mental health curveball. Teams are going to have questions about that. Some teams, right or wrong, it's their prerogative, may have Everson completely off of their free agency board just because of it. And that's probably not right, but that's their decision. So also right now, teams are going to have most of their salary cap spent, and Everson might only have one choice. He may have to come back to Minnesota on a cheap 1-year deal, a bit of a prove-it deal, and then hit free agency again at 33, which probably is not ideal. But I think those are the reality at this point in time. Plus, I think it is going to be best for both parties involved. Vikings need leadership. You're losing a guy like Xavier Rhodes, who, as well as Linval Joseph, who was a defensive captain. And, if you lose Everson, that's the defensive captains. It just is. You still have Anthony Barr, Eric Kendricks, Harrison Smith would need to step it up, but it would be nice to have 97 back. Plus, even with Afadi ready to step up, I think he's ready to be a starter. And then you draft DJ Wanham, who's still going to be a project. James Lynch is going to find his way into the rotation somehow, and as well as Willekes. He drafted all those guys. I think Everson will still have a role, whether it be, is he going to be a full-time starter again? I think some of those young kids are going to be chomping at the bit, but he could play some edge. He could play some 3-tech. He can even play some linebacker. You saw early on in Everson's career when he was stuck behind Jared Allen and Brian Robinson, he volunteered to be punt gunner, and he was damn good at it too. That's how badly this dude wanted to get on the field and help the team. I think that even though there have been some rumblings that he didn't want to kick inside in previous seasons, I think that he'll realize that just being a leader, being a great teammate, and just doing whatever the defense needs, it's phenomenal. And there's still a lot of value in that. Like, look at late career Brian Robinson, where he goes from starter. He gracefully stepped aside when it was clear that Daniil Hunter was just ready to blow up, and then he just did whatever Zimmer needed him to do. Edge, inside, linebacker, whatever. B-Rob was there. I think Everson could pick up his very similar role. So for Everson, he doesn't have to move. Kids can stay in school, which kids are in school right now, but you understand what I mean. Also, support system that got him back on the field in 2018, helped him have a great 2019. The doctors, the counselors, the teammates, the locker room. Les Pico, executive with the Vikings, who was very instrumental in getting Everson some help. All here. And frankly, where else is there in free agency right now? So looking at like a 1-year, $4 million deal with some incentives, I think that might be the best case scenario for everyone involved at this point. So I think realistically, there is a reason why there are a couple roster spots left open. I think there's a big reason why they haven't assigned number 97 to any of the rookies yet. I mean, they could have gave it to Willikis. Could have made a lot of sense there, but I'm still holding out hope because I think both sides can bring a lot to each other, and just one more ride. Last dance, Everson. Come on. All right, your thoughts, Everson Griffen. Run it back one more time. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Pull us on the Venmo. Plus give us a follow on social media as well. But until next time, Skull, production value.